30.
Has anyone promised you how the court would sentence you if you fail to complete ILC?
No.
Has anyone threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty against your will?
No.
This document says you're entering a plea of guilty to 2 counts of deception to obtain a dangerous drug. Each of those is a felony of the 5th degree, and each of them carries a maximum penalty of 12 months in prison and maximum fines of $2,500 each. Then there is 1 count of illegal processing of drug documents, a felony of the 4th degree. That carries a maximum penalty of 18 months in prison and a maximum fine of $5,000. The 4th count is one of illegal processing of drug documents as a felony of the 5th degree. That carries a maximum penalty of 12 months in prison and a maximum fine of $2,500. And then there are 2 counts of theft. One is a felony of the 5th degree. That also carries a maximum penalty of 12 months in prison and a maximum fine of $2,500. And 1 misdemeanor count, which is a misdemeanor of the 1st degree, carrying a maximum penalty. These offenses carry mandatory prison or incarceration. Do you understand the maximum penalties involved?
Yes, sir.
On the felony charges, you are also subject to a discretionary period of post-release control, which means if you are sent to prison, upon your release, the adult parole authority may supervise you for up to 2 years. If you violate those rules of supervision, the adult parole authority can return you to prison for up to 1/2 of this court's original sentence. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer, and that time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The court does have discretion. If you fail to complete ILC and you're sentenced, I still have discretion to place you into community control, or what some refer to as probation. While on community control, you also have rules you must follow. If you fail to follow those rules, the court has the authority to extend the term of your community control or to impose additional, more severe sanctions, which can include local jail time or prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Successfully filled and uttered false prescriptions at numerous different pharmacies. In addition, she engaged in that action also on May the 19th of 2025. She uttered a false prescription at Discount Drug Mart in Springboro, and on that date also accessed a break room at the Drug Mart, taking a purse which contained several credit cards as well as $150 in cash.
Mr. Helbling, anything on those facts?
Nothing on the facts, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Gardner, did you hear the statement that was read?
Yes, sir.
Do you admit and acknowledge that what she said is true?
Yes, sir.
And again, you understand all the rights you're giving up entering a plea of guilty, the rights we discussed?
Yes, sir.
As discussed, I'm going to grant your motion for intervention in lieu of conviction and order these proceedings stayed pending the completion of the terms of that supervision. So you will be on ILC for a period of 3 years, subject to the supervision of the Warren County Probation Department. You're ordered to refrain from the use of any drugs, alcohol, or marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, you are ordered to complete substance use disorder treatment. The court is ordering you to get assessed for any mental health issues, and you are ordered to comply. Now, it's my understanding you're heading back to Hamilton County, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's going on down there?
They were going to put me into drug court, but I'm not eligible for their drug court because I don't live in Hamilton County.
Where do you live?
Butler County.
Okay.
Your Honor, my understanding, she has counsel down there. I'm going to put a phone call to find out what's going on because it's all related. All of her charges are related to a relapse that she had.
Officer Bridgman, what's the plan moving forward? So when she gets out in Hamilton County, what is she required to do?
So she would be required to report to probation immediately, or the next business day if it's after hours, and then she'll meet with Officer Gatch and they'll go from there.
Okay, Officer Gatch is going to be your supervising officer. So when you are released from Hamilton County, you must report to Warren County's court services same day. If it's after hours, after 4:30, then you report the next day, but
Yes,
no
sir.
later than the next day.
Yes, sir.
If you fail to report, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. We need to get you engaged in treatment as soon as possible.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
agree?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Tranter, is there anything else?
Nothing else.
Mr. Helbling?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Gardner, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And has failed to obtain an updated drug, alcohol, and mental health assessment and engage in services as ordered. violated special condition number 15B, and at this time has failed to engage in intensive outpatient drug and alcohol treatment as assessed, violated special condition number 15C, and violated special condition number 15D.
What's it going to take to get your attention, to get you to stop hanging around, if it's the people you're hanging around with, or what's it going to take? Has Hamilton County's cases been resolved? This is what ends up happening. Now you found yourself in a situation where the only discretion I have is picking a number between 2 and 8. That's the limit of my discretion, because this is now a mandatory prison sentence. So you're going to prison today. What is it going to be enough? I mean, your record's horrible. You're not even that old. You yourself have to make a decision and understand that when you make a decision, there's consequences. So if you make a good decision, there's good consequences. You make bad decisions, now you see what the bad decision, the consequences of that are. I mean, if this is the life you want, that's fine, and we can just keep doing this over and over, keep sending you to prison. I mean, is this the life that you want for your kids? No. At what point in time are you going to step up and break this cycle?
Yes, sir.
And the principles of sentencing, the relevant seriousness, and recidivism factors. You have not been to prison before, correct?
Never.
All right. Court will order you to serve a minimum term sentence on count 2 of 2 years in prison, maximum term sentence of 3 years. That is a mandatory prison sentence. The court is also going to order, all right, the court's going to order you to serve on count 3, 12 months. That to be served consecutive to count 2. For a total of 3 to 4 years. The 2 years is mandatory. The 12 months is not mandatory. You're also subject to a mandatory period of post-release control, which means if you serve out your sentence, the adult parole authority will supervise you for no less than 18 months nor more than 3 years. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer. That time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. The court does find that the consecutive sentence is necessary to punish this defendant. It is not disproportionate to the conduct or danger posed by the defendant. And your criminal history demonstrates that the consecutive sentence is necessary. All right, she's not eligible for the good time credit of 5 to 15%. You'll be released when you finish your minimum term sentence unless the Department of Corrections determines that you must remain in prison for bad conduct. The court is not involved in that decision. Now, after you've served your 2 years, the court will consider a motion for judicial release on the non-mandatory prison time, which means that this court will then supervise you.
Yeah, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.